A forum discussing Nigeria's debt profile wants the country to create special purpose vehicles for key infrastructure projects, among other recommendations. This follows the outcome of a trending analysis report on Nigeria's debt stock over a 10-year period. Lara Folayan reports.
The trend analysis report focuses on Nigeria's debt, reviewed conditions for borrowing, as well as debt limits, while limiting provisions of the debt management framework, medium-term debt strategy and debt management strategy. It also analyzes the country's debt composition, trends in domestic debts and their sources, as well as policy alternatives for resource mobilization. Findings from the debt stock analysis are now being discussed with the aim of finding lasting solutions.
We are within the threshold, but that does not take into account our capacity in revenue generation. Because where you work within the threshold, but your capacity is not up to the level that you can generate adequate revenue to complement what you are borrowing, then we are living at par, and which has a very negative implication.
The question is, what is your revenue profile in terms of servicing this debt? Because the situation as we are now using more than 80% of the monthly revenue to service debt is not sustainable. And what it means is that it's closing the space, the fiscal space, for the government to really deliver public service.
Though the fiscal authorities say the country's debt is within approved thresholds, participants here say it could be reduced further while income-generating streams are expanded. Recommendations from the discussions center around blocking revenue leakages, cutting down on cost of governance, improving taxation, attracting investments, and the maintenance of a public database of debts by the Debt Management Office.
There are a lot of revenue leakages. If these leakages, are closed, through automation and all that, it will go a long way, in making available more revenue. But at the same time, we give so much away on tax incentives.
How do we leverage internally than to go out borrowing? We have two types of debts, the solicited and the unsolicited. Those who have the money, they are marketing from international level. To what extent do we resist that, to look internally to see we have these resources and how can we leverage on them?
The trend analysis of Nigeria's debt stock from 2010 to 2021 was released in April this year. It assesses the country's rising debt profile and its implication for development. Lara Folayan, TVC News, Abuja.